Hi, I'm Kwan. I'm the owner of Gantom Lighting and Controls and also the creator of Gantom Torch technology. In this video, I wanted to briefly go over what Gantom Torch technology is, some of its applications, and some of the implementations that we have created. So first off, I wanted to talk about the Gantom Torch itself. It is an interactive flashlight that looks like your ordinary everyday flashlight. However, this is actually controlled by the show. There's two pieces of the technology. The flashlight itself is the receiver, and we have another component, which is the infrared emitter. And this will send information that will transmit over to the torch and dictate exactly what happens to it. So I'm going to apply power to it, 12 volts, and as soon as I turn this on, it is now sending signal, and you can see this torch is starting to be commanded to various states. In fact, it even has a built-in motor so that the user can have a tactile feedback. You might be able to hear that. This is great for applications like haunted houses or escape rooms. For haunted houses, people might have a false sense of security taking the torch inside, pointing at different locations, but then right before we scare, we could turn off the flashlight or turn it to be some kind of strobing effect and have the scare or the actor jump out. In escape room applications, you can use the various colors or the vibrations as cues or clues that would teach the user how to get onto to solving their next puzzle. Also, the motor vibration provides tactile feedback, which can be synchronized to the show sound. So for example, if you have thunder, the user can also feel it in their hands. It's almost like having a rumble pack in your hands in a live action video game. So there are other form factors for the torch where people might not want it to be in a flashlight form factor. They wanted to just take the core technology out and incorporate it into some other devices. So we've easily created something called the DIY module, which is essentially the guts of the torch technology taken out into just a little circuit board. Something like this, you can incorporate it into any other device, such as a lantern, maybe a headlamp, or some kind of a pendant. So as you can see here, just the same as the Gantom Torch, we can also command this to various different types of effects. So I wanted to demonstrate some of the other form factors we've been able to create. So right here we have a puck, a decorative puck, and this puck is normally used in applications like floral displays for events. They will put this in the bottom of in a vase with flowers, and when normally what would happen is the user would use a remote control to command this to a solid set color. Now, by injecting torch technology into this form factor, we can control this. So now you have something much more interactive where the vase or whatever application is now synchronized to the show. Beyond this form factor, we also have things such as wristbands. So in this particular case, the wristbands were used by game shows where the audience would wear this on stage or in the bleachers, and we would actually use wristbands to call out which audience member gets to come down on stage and participate in the game. So this is all incorporating the torch technology. What I've demonstrated so far is actually one-way communication. It's the infrared emitter sending data packets to the receiving devices, and the receiving devices are behaving accordingly. But we've taken torch technology to another level where the receiving devices can communicate back and forth. So for example, we've implemented what's called ZTAG. ZTAG is a live zombie infection game using torch technology, and the infrared can communicate back and forth. So here I have a human badge, so it's a nice solid, green heartbeat, and then here I'm going to activate a zombie badge with a solid red indicator. And when the human and the zombie get close together, you see the zombie zaps the human so that the human is now sick. In the sick state, the human has a limited amount of time to find some health. And if he doesn't find health in time, he becomes a zombie and he can go infect other people. So just by proximity, you see here, the human just got infected again. Now he's a zombie and he can chase other people around. So this is one implementation of Torch going to bidirectional communication, and it allows a high level of interactivity between different guests. Now we can also take this to another level where different guests might be able to trigger different effects within their environment. So for example, when this character is a zombie, he's sending out a zombie signal. When he is a doctor, in this case, he's sending a doctor signal. Well, we can easily have a trigger device such as this. This is called the Torch trigger. That has 4 different relays tied to activations such as doors or animatronics. And so you can program this in such a way that when doctors come by, it opens up a certain path. When zombies come by, it opens up another path. So what we're trying to show here is we can create, using Torch technology, individualized experiences for each guest depending on their state. So let me just quickly demonstrate how something like this could work. We'll plug this into power. Okay, and then I'm going to plug in the emitter into power as well. And you can see here, as the emitter is sending signals, we can get various channels on the relays to turn on or off. So one practical application in a theme park setting could be you can send different guests on a quest or a scavenger hunt, and they have to go complete the mission by visiting these different checkpoint locations. Once they've been able to find all the checkpoint locations, their badges or whatever wearable device can change colors and also change states in such a way that it's sending out a very specific unlock command. And now when they take that unlock command and walk close to a door that has one of these sensors on it, it can unlock the door. If they have not completed the mission, then the door would not unlock. So these are just quick little things where you can add interactivity into a setting like this. You can also create ways where you can encourage teams to come together to unlock a certain door. For example, you may have to have several of these relays tied together, and they have to all activate at the same time in order to unlock a certain feature or a door. Now, for that to happen, then you might have different guests having to complete different types of missions in order to come back at these 4 different states to be able to turn on all 4 triggers in order to open up something. So this is a way you can encourage teamwork. There's other things that you can do that can encourage the guest behavior. For example, sending them on a scavenger hunt, but if each of your checkpoint locations are strategically placed within your venue, such as behind a concession stand or in a gift shop, then you can actually drive traffic to those locations. You can even potentially do a hard sell or something like an upgrade where you can say, hey, if you buy a drink, then I will give you this checkpoint, or maybe I will give you multiple checkpoint accesses to your badge or your wearable device. Also, I want to reiterate, Torch technology is form factor independent. So that means you can incorporate it into virtually any Glow product that is out there, or we can create your own. For example, we've also tooled up for one of our clients a snowflake. This snowflake would essentially incorporate the DIY module inside to get the snowflake to glow. So this tooling was something that we completely custom made for this client's application. We can also create other types of tooling such as Christmas hats, pendants, necklaces, perhaps earrings, or any kind of wearable device Essentially, any of those glow toys that you see in a theme park setting at one of those concession stands, we can inject torch technology within it. So that's pretty much kind of the full range of torch technology and and its applications. I hope this video was informative and it inspires you to get creative. Thank you.